Hello, my name is Brett Davies. Well, let's build a self-managed super fund. Firstly, I'm going to the Legal Consolidated website. I've gone to self-managed super funds and there it is. Over 18,000 of these have been sold. Now, I've got a checklist here. I can have a look at the questions being asked, or I can look at the samples or whatever I need to do. The sample document's there. You can look at it any time. And here's a bit of information about self-managed super funds, but let's start building one. Now, because you're in a law firm, you're actually being protected by a law firm's PI insurance, which is an advantage you don't have on non-law firm websites. So just be careful. You're building legal documents, better to build them on a law firm's website. Now, I'm a member of Legal Consolidated's website, and therefore I don't need to put my username and password in again. If you're not a member, then you need to join up. All we need is your username and email account. And that's so if there are any change to the documents, we can always email you another time. I've now logged in. I'm now building my self-managed super fund. I can actually go back to any of my other clients, if I'm an accountant, financial advisor, I can go back to that client and draw that information to help create or fill in the questions of self-managed super fund. But in this instance, I've never acted for this client before. I've never built a document for them, so I'll start from fresh. I won't download any of the data. And here it is. So I can call the super fund whatever I like to call it. Now, my super fund's actually called the Davies Superannuation Fund, and I see the Smith Superannuation Fund. I'm going to call it the Go-Go Super Fund. But I can call anything I want. Now notice what happens here. As I come out, the word fund goes because the word the and fund are already in the document. And you can see that we go overboard to make sure that the logic flows are tight so that you get a correct document. So I live in Double Bay, in the great state of New South Wales. In Australia. So that is the address of the self-managed super fund. So now I'm going to look at the members. So we're on to the next page. That green tick there suggests, and I now know that I've completed everything I need to do for that question. Let's have a look here. I might just jump up to trusts and there won't be any tick there. So there's something going wrong there. So I better go back and see what it is. So I need to put the members in. Now, how many members can you have with a self-managed super fund? The answer is it doesn't matter. Our website, our law firm's website will decide that for you. So if you have one member, for example, then certain things will happen. So here our member is Joseph Carlotti, and we're just going to have one single member. And let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with one member, because a whole bunch of different rules apply. So I've got a choice here. Here I go. I need to appoint a co-trustee. Unless I'm going to have a company. But I'm not. I only want to have humans. In that case, I'll tick that box and now there's a co-trustee. You can see it is fail-proof. Our logic flow is very tight in our law firm. But in our instance, I actually have my wife and myself as the members. So I'm going to go back to the members and I'm going to select a second person, being my beautiful wife, as the second member of the fund. So I'm just press name the next member and I'm going to put in my wife's details. And there's my wife, Mary Wu. She is now the second member of the fund. Now let's see what happens after I press next. So we now go to the next question, which is the trustee. So a self-managed super fund must have trustees. Now all the members are trustees, that's fine, or a company as trustee. What do I want? I think I'll go with a company as trustee. That seems to be the most modern way of doing things. And there it is, the company details. I'm going to put the company details in. I have a special purpose company because my ASIC fees are low, and I built that special purpose company as my accountant recommended on Legal Consolidated's website. So let's put in the company name. So I've put my company as trustee. And all the directors must be the only members. The only members must be directors. Very straightforward rule. I'll put a reference in. Your accounting house may have done 200 or 300 self-managed super funds on our website, so we better put a reference number in, client ID. Also, the accountant may want to have that reference on every single page of the document, and also the accounting house may, or the financial planning house may want to have their logo on the document next to our legal consolidated logo. And there it is. I now have got a summary of the document I'm about to lock and build. The name of the fund, Go Super, that's good. The word the and fund are already in. There's the member, the second member, my wife, the trustee name. I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm going to lock and build. I'm going to put my credit card details. I've put my credit card details in within a few seconds. There is my document. I'm going to open up my document and let's see what we built. What is that? 6 or 7 minutes to build a self-managed super fund. Now the document is provided as a locked PDF. You cannot change the document. If you do need to change the document, telephone us. As a law firm, you've built this on a law firm's website and it's protected by our law firm's professional indemnity insurance, legal professional privilege, and all those other things a client would get. So there's your logo if you're an accountant, and there's the trust deed. Beautiful. Company name. Well, that looks excellent. It's all compliant with SIS legislation. I'm an adjunct professor at my local, at my university, and I lecture in the superannuation. I'm the sole lecturer in the superannuation unit at the university for the master's students. So my core expertise and skills are self-managed and superannuation. So there it is, common seal for Wu Car Proprietary Limited. There's the minutes, fully compliant with the ATO's requirements. There's the binding death benefit nominations or any other type of benefit nomination that you wish. Non-lapsing. 2 witnesses, love that. Witness declaration. There's information about the death benefit binding nomination. There's a product disclosure statement. Now, a lot of lawyers, when these came out, said, oh, Brett Davies, you don't need a product disclosure statement. However, that was never the case. You always need a product disclosure statement because it protected the accountant, the advisor, the auditor and the lawyer. You always needed one, and also the dominant husband or whoever the dominant person is in the trust deed. When a wife is upset or the subservient member of the self-managed super fund's upset, then you'll find you're being sued because there was no product disclosure statement. Obviously, men can be subservient. It depends who's running the self-managed super fund. There's an investment strategy fully compliant with the ATO. We've sat in many, many years with the ATO and APRA before them as to the best opportunities to use an investment strategy. The first thing in a desktop audit the ATO will look at is the investment strategy. Does it comply? You will love ours. Membership application. Fully completed for Joseph and also for his beautiful wife, Mary Wu. And also a spare one to print off in case you bring some other members on from time to time. There's the minutes. And there's a covering letter signed by a partner of our law firm. This is your self-managed super fund, which you created in 6 or 7 minutes, fully protected by our law firm's PI insurance. Telephone us any time as you build the document. We'll be happy to give you legal advice. Enjoy building a self-managed super fund on our law firm's website.